Hi, hello everybody. Hello. Is that you? Hello. I'm just checking. Honestly, I'm checking Twitter very quickly. Checking Twitter very quickly. Because I have a problem. Honestly, what's up, Lemon? Alright, unmute the game so we get that little bit of music in. Turn it down, turn it up here. Oh, honestly, I'm checking. Oh. Well, yeah, I gotta see what's going on Twitter real quick. That's where I got Gamer Girl. But how's everybody doing? I hope everybody... Oh, God. Let me just pull my glasses off my face unintentionally. Hope everybody had a good little break. Hope everything's going well. What? Okay. Saw that while you were on the phone. What's that about? So it looks like an FMV game, Lemon. Where you're a mod for a female streamer. I forget what her name... Abby Cake? Abby Cake 99? Which is a bad name. But yeah... It looks like the game itself might be really interesting, but that trailer is super bad. Is super bad. Hey, John, thank you so much. Welcome back yourself. Yeah, I think that trailer is just super trash. You know, which is kind of a shame. Or this wireless keyboard you've yet to use that you got from your internship. Oh, you're typing on the computer? Or is it like a keyboard for your computer, or like you're using your iPad or something? Yeah, on laptops, like the keyboard is usually the first thing to go, because it's just like a tiny, it's just a tiny little ribbon cable, and they're so cheaply made. Like there's no there's like nothing to the mechanism, you know? So the keyboard is usually the first thing to go. It's also like incredibly cheap to replace if you know how to do it. So if you sit at the front desk library, stare at a wall for an hour. Ah, Faye, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hope that goes uneventfully. Honestly. All right, so let's get back into it. Okay, the arcade isn't too hectic today. Ashley, if you can watch the floor, I'll go design us a sweet flyer and to pass out to the con-goers. It's time to deploy my mad artist skills. Ooh. Oh, sounds like a plan. Let's make this the best max ever. One we'll never forget. Do I have to design the poster? I spend the rest of the afternoon working hard on having the perfect design for our poster. Well, a design for our poster at any rate. Is there a poster design minigame? No, okay. You take to the shop anyway. That plus respacing the monitor because the hinges are broken. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, like the keyboards, I used to do those at my job. Those keyboards are like super cheap if you can get them under warranty. But as a consumer model, like it's totally different, which is a bummer. Which brings me back to the stack of papers currently in my arms, which do not in fact resemble the poster I designed. Whoa! Oh, I took the liberty of tuning your poster just a little. This actually is pretty good. And changing the font selection and picking out a new clip art and rearranging everything and using a poppier color scheme. This is actually great. But I like my original design. Matt, use Comic Sans and Papyrus. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. I'm gonna click this button really quick. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hi. I want to take a minute very quickly. Can we all just, can we stop hating on Comic Sans just like as an internet, just entirely. Comic Sans was created to help people with learning disabilities like read. It helps people with it's the most readable font for dyslexic people. I enjoy it. It is much easier for me to read than some other fonts. There are some fonts that are obviously more readable than others, but Comic Sans was very explicitly designed to help people with dyslexia read. Now there have been others that have been created after the fact, but I feel like Comic Sans being a constant punching bag is like low-key super ableist, and just like everybody's picked up on it. There's a big article I remember sharing years ago at this point that was like, here's the history of Comic Sans, and Comic Sans was explicitly developed to help dyslexic people read. Like explicit, like this, I'm going to make a font that's that people can read, and that's what Comic Sans is. So yeah, like I'm not yelling at anybody specific here in chat, but just like as a thing, I'm really kind of over it. You know, I'm really kind of over it. So many things that people pick on in pop culture are like things that are very explicitly designed as disability aids. Like all of those goofy seen on TV things, you know, where like you see some grabber arm and they show somebody who's perfectly abled and they're like, has this ever happened to you? And they go to reach a thing and they fumble it and they just like can't grab it. It's like the thing the person that grabber arm is designed for isn't your mom who can perfectly reach and grab a soda. It's for your grandma who's in her fucking, Rover scooter because she has, mobility needs, and she literally can't reach to that shelf and she needs that little grabber arm. Or it's for your aunt who has fucking like palsy or something and she literally just can't close her hand at the right shape, or she doesn't have the fucking strength to do. Like, there are people that these things are designed for, and they're not the people in the ads, and they're not the people watching the ads. Like fucking Snuggies. Do you know why Snuggies were made? For people that can't get out of like wheelchairs or can't get out of bed and need like formed blankets. Like that's what Snuggies were designed for. Other people can use them. Great. Enjoy it. Have a good time. The more reach things like that find, the better. That's what all of those things are. All of those things are disability aids that somebody figured out they could market to make cheaper. Like to give reach, to be able to say you can buy that for $20 as opposed to like, here's a thing for like $200. Right. It's exactly what happened with fidget spinners. Fidget spinners, like the way you know if it's somebody who like really needs it, they have cubes, right? They're called stim cubes. They have like a little clicker, they have a spinner, they have little ratchets. Like I've seen those for years before. Like those are the thing. Fidget spinners are like the cheap version where someone realized like kids just want to play with shit in their hand. So yeah, I'm just small interlude there. Fucking stop ripping on Comic Sans. All right, it's a bad look. Papyrus, I don't know about Papyrus. I'm not saying Papyrus is your new target. I don't know shit about Papyrus, but also being a font snob is just like a shitty look. Like calm down, Karen. Fucking Jesus Christ. All right, back to the game. Interlude over. I'm just gonna skip. No, I'm literally just not gonna read that. No, I'm not gonna read that one either. Okay, there we go. Just enjoy Undertale. Don't worry about the fonts. Fuck. Does everybody know why it's called Comics? Everybody knows why it's called Comic Sans, right? Everybody knows why it's called Comic Sans. Like you know where it comes from? You do not? So it's sans serif. So serifs are those little things on letters, like when you have a C. Serifs are those little dashes they put on the ends. You know, those are serifs, right? So the full name of the font would be Comic Sans Serif because it doesn't have serifs. Yeah, look, I'm fucking teaching everything. I'd say you probably shouldn't use 2 different fonts on one poster. That's probably the true sin. That's true. From a design standpoint, yeah, you really shouldn't use 2 fonts. 2 fonts. And also, I think Papyrus is a drastically different font than Comic Sans. Yeah, Papyrus typeface is very different than Comic Sans, so... yeah. Also, yeah, Papyrus is a bad font. I don't know the design of it, but I wouldn't use it. Yeah, it's big and swoop. Yeah, big and swoopy. I wouldn't recommend it. But also, I don't know the history of it, so maybe I'm talking shit. Use fonts, but only if they complement each other. Yeah, like at the very least, looking at Papyrus. Oh, never mind. Okay, Papyrus is also a sans serif font. So I was gonna say, at least use 2 that are fucking sans serifs. Fist of Blitz. Fist of Discomfort is the League of Legends like equivalent. But this is a good font. Also, this is a good font. The readability is pretty good because of the outlines. So when I was working on technical writing, the ability audience is always centered. So I learned a lot about fonts. Yes, yeah, you need to be like. That's very, very true. I used what did I use a lot? I used Arial. Hey Matt, we need you to scrub the schmutz from the... I don't know. Brian, I don't know what we're talking about. I'm very confused. I saw that and I didn't mention it, and I don't... It's a joke because you're working there. Okay. I was like, is there a bit I don't get? And it's a big fist. Yeah. Oh, I see. I think I used Arial bold a lot. Yeah, I used Arial bold a lot because it's a nice just sort of clean font. You know, that's what I like, and it was fairly legible at smaller font sizes. But back to the game. I guess these are kind of not bad. Pretty good actually. Okay, they're superior by every conceivable metric. Yeah, this is a pretty solid poster, all things considered. The orgy man. I didn't know you were an honest Juniper. I'm not really. I mean, I guess I'm good at pretending to be one, but I couldn't, like, make art for a living, right? I couldn't, Anyway, if that stack is enough, I just emailed you a copy of the original file. Just take it to a copy shop or something. They can run off more. Publishing document, get. So, back to the point at hand. Getting the information to the masses. I just want to throw out, not to fucking call anybody out, but somebody with, that complicated of a hairdo with streaks in her hair is an artist. Fucking get out of here. Maybe we just start yelling, hey, you guys. Several people turn around and look at us confusedly. Juniper! What? Yelling is probably not the best way to get our word out. You're not wrong. Yeah, listen, I've met some people. Like, they might not be they might not be, like, making a living off of their art and getting paid for it, but they do art enough. You know what I mean? They do art enough. I'm still waiting for Ashley and Tio to show up. They promised they'd help me, so I think I'll just hang out till they arrive. As you like, it seems my work here is done. Juniper pulls out her phone and checks it. You Funplex folk, fling some flyers. As for me, there's a really cool panel I want to attend. How to get your foot in the door of the arcade art industry. I mean, not that I'm seriously thinking about it, just, it's interesting and stuff. Later. Oh, it's starting in 10 minutes. I'll catch you at home. Good luck. I feel like Juniper is exploring new avenues. Juniper waves as she trots off. I lose sight of her instantly. She ducks into the crowd. Growing up, I always knew that arcades were amazingly popular, but the reality of it all didn't stick until being here at Max. Thousands of people all coming together for their love of games. It's actually pretty darn inspiring. I muster enough courage to wade my way through several hundred people in the main convention hall. Eventually, I find a safe space, a humble bench near the water fountains. I make this my home base while I wait for my friends. Since both Tio and Ashley are running late, I have some time to fully take in my surroundings, in a calmer fashion, of course. Everywhere I look, everything I see, it's all steeped in arcade culture. Booths are set up for all the major arcade companies, each table vying for the attention of the crowd. Gotta plug my phone in. Some have spaces set up with stage, flashing lights, and people throwing t-shirts at lines of people. Can we talk about these lines for a second, though? These lines are everything. Oh, there are lines for everything. That sentence makes way more sense. Just in general. Lines to play games, lines to go see a panel, lines to eat disgusting convention food, lines for the bathroom. There are even lines to get into the other lines. Yep. And they all just wait there, standing, happily chittering amongst themselves. Lines for everything. Hell yeah, conventions. Hell, God, I remember it. Marcelov, thank you for the follow. Let me know if I got that super wrong. Please and thank you. I have trouble waiting in line for 10 minutes the whole story for a coffee, let alone waiting in line for 3 hours just to play a game that will be released in 4 months. Yeah, that sounds like a PAX, my guy. These people aren't even human anymore. Their perseverance is godlike. The sensory output here is overwhelming. People are shouting and laughing as they crowd areas. Music pumps out of several different booths, making it a weird mashup of notes and chip tunes. There's even a giant dinosaur that people can take selfies with. Dog, this is a PAX for sure. This is a PAX 100%. As I contemplate how I'm going to attract all these people to Funplex forever, I hear sounds of very loud and very upbeat music coming from behind me. I feel the bumping of the bass reverberate through my shoes, and I turn around. I'm trying to bang out this rocket stop really quickly. Hang on. Last time I went to a convention for fun, my group of friends and I screamed "Line Enthusiast" every time I got in line and talked about how jazzed we were to be standing in line for a very long time. You know, you may as well enjoy it, because it's not like it's not going to happen, you know? It's not like it's not going to happen. You're going to be in a line, and there's not much you can do about it, except just, like, you know, get over it. Matt! Tio sits down on a colossal boombox at his feet. I recognize the music now. It's from Showtime stage, and Tio is bumping his signature song. I motion for him to turn down the music, and he complies. Last thing I need to do is lose my voice from shouting before I even get a chance to talk to anybody. Hey, hey! Sorry I'm late. I had some last-minute dance moves I had to incorporate into the routine. No worries, I just got here myself. Despite Max's many attempts to trample me, I have survived just far. Yeah, it looks like you're significantly non-trampled. Nicely done. Don't congratulate me yet. We still have the rest of the day to endure. What's with the boombox, by the way? Oh, this is for the Showtime stage gathering. There's gonna be a couple hundred of us from all over the world. I didn't realize that there's Showtime stage communities in other countries.
Absolutely.
Actually, we're actually the second biggest community, the largest in Japan. Several players flew all the way from Tokyo just to be part of our Showtime stage flash mob. Oh, God, y'all remember flash mobs? As much as I want to do a thing with Tio, I'm here to do a thing, right? I'm here with a goal. I'm here to promote the event. I can't spend time with Tio. This is not the venue for it. Now, if someone yelled that at me later when I inevitably run into another character, then I'm like, oh my God, let's hang out because I'm excited to interact with this character. Remind me, you're here to do a thing. You've already said this. There's so many people here. An impromptu giant dancing crowd sounds like it could get a little complicated. An epic battle of crowds. There could be bumping, fist pumping, and who knows what happens when the music starts. Unsafe at any BPM. Flash mob, really? Doesn't that sound dangerous?
Jeez.
Matt, you're thinking too much on it. It's gonna be fine. This isn't my first flash mob, you know. Tio seems like a guy that's been in a lot of flash mobs, I'll be honest. It's not? Nah, and it's all gone off without a hitch. No deaths, even. Is that the metric we want? I've been playing this for months, and it's taken coordination from all the leaders of all the Showtime groups. Cleaned your office a bit. Kupo returned to your usual spot to hang with me. Aw, Kupo. If it's Matt and Ben, my guess, John, is they will not be appearing unless we somehow go back to the whole story. But maybe they're here. Who knows? There was a lot of work on all sides to make this come together. Now all that's left is to actually do it. In fact, Matt, you should come watch it. I was about to respond when a very elegantly dressed gentleman caught my eye. Yes, look at this elegant gentleman. Very much so. An elegant gentleman that looks nothing like any people that we know and work with on a daily basis. My character is such a fucking dweeb. He wore a black proper tailcoat with an ornate sigil pinned to his breast. Accompanying his suit, he had fashioned himself with white regal gloves. With a cloth draped over his arm, he held tightly onto an antique tea kettle. As he approached, the cloud parted like waves from Moses. There were oohs and ahs from onlookers, and people pulled out their phones to get a quick picture of him. Ooh la la, monsieur. Like the rest of the crowd, I was taken back at how immaculate this butler was. Absolute perfection. I felt like I had time warped back to the 1800s and about to have tea with royalty. He stepped up to me and Tio and gave us a slight bow. Normally this would be ridiculous out of place, but not at an arcade convention. He's a character from a hot fighting game called Melee Maidens. That's a good name. Someone make Melee Maidens. It's all about ninja maids and battle butlers duking it out for the right to serve a fancy party or something. Something's familiar about this butler. Give me that tea. This cosplayer's decked out in full butler regalia, teapot and all. I think I'll play along in this charade. Just in time, the dilithium crystals are busted and the replicators are on the fritz, number one. Make it so. That's the stupidest thing you could say. Matt, it's me. Huh? That was the stupidest. How does Mystery Butler know my name? Do I have a stalker who's also a butler? What if we work together? Did Francine hire someone and not tell me about it? How long have Gavin and Naomi and Ashley? Oh, I'm stunned. I can't believe it. Took you long enough, jeez. The confused look on your face. Priceless. Have you never seen Ashley's cosplay before? Oh, crossplay. Oh, okay, I missed that the first play. It's when you cosplay as another gender. Oh, okay. Actually, seriously, you look completely different. I didn't even recognize you. I'm sorry I let you think otherwise for a minute, but it was all in good fun. I had no worries. It was pretty impressive work. Oh, it's not impressive at all. I mean, I could have done a much better job at sewing the coattails. I need to be like 5 inches taller. I didn't go to the gym enough before this. You can't change any of that now, and honestly, it looks fine. Regardless, the cosplay parade is starting soon. I need to get over there. You should come with me. Hey, now, Matt was going to go with me to the Showtime stage. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Either way, it'd be a good opportunity to promote Funplex forever to one card or another. Oh, no! So you want to come with me to the cosplay parade or join me in the flash mob? Oh, no! Oh, no! Why? Why do you do this to me? I'm sorry. Aaron, close the door because I'm being loud. When was this game made? 2019. It was released in 2019. I mean, who knows? Okay. Thought process time. Hey, John, what's up? Thought process time. Want to hear a dad joke? God. I mean, you're gonna tell it either anyway, right? So. Okay. Thought process happening. If I go to TO, to the flash mob, there's going to be a lot of people there that are very excited to play Showtime stage, that are in from out of town, that might come to the arcade. But only for Showtime stage. Only for Showtime stage. If I go with Ashley to the cosplay parade, there's going to be a lot of people there that play a lot of different games. Right? And they're passionate enough about those games that they dress up as their characters. So, putting all feelings aside for a moment. Warlord, thank you for the follow. Putting all feelings aside, I think at the I think I need to go with, Ashley, right? We've only really had one chance to interact with Ashley. This would be very interesting to see what she's got going on. And I think there'll be more people there. So that's what we're doing. Huzzah, this way. Ashley led the way as we weaved between people in the crowd. We traveled through the largest exhibit hall to get to the cosplay gathering. Ashley mentioned it was in the Pac-Man theater. It's so ripping off PAX, but like not in like a bad way, but it's hilarious. Listen, John, hit me with that dad joke. Like, I don't know what you're waiting for. Which meant risking our lives through the most densely packed hall of the entire con. I thought the main hall was bad, but this was 1,000 times worse. So my dad walked in my room saying, remember when air was free? You could go to the gas station and fill your tires up for free, but now it costs $1.50. I said, yeah. Then my dad said, I guess you'd call that inflation. Oh my God. At one point, they announced that the show floor had just opened up and a huge rush of people came straight for us. I have a video of that happening at Gen Con, the year that I went and worked in the exhibit hall. I have a video of that, and it's one of the most like scariest, but like most exhilarating things I've ever lived through. It was really cool. Because it's when they just open the show floor, and it's on day one of the biggest the biggest con in gaming. And they just, oh my God. Yeah. It was fine because like I wasn't standing in like the middle of the like, you know, the aisle. You know, we were in our little booth area. So it's fine. Nobody was like bumping into me, but it was definitely something. It was definitely something, especially because they like open the doors first, right? They like get all the doors open, but they don't let anybody inside yet. So you just see all of these double doors in front of you, all of these people. It was wild. It was wild. It was really cool working at Gen Con. It gave me flashbacks to one time I worked shoe shop retail over the horror. The horror. The gamer stampede came straight towards us, wild eyes and groping hands. I thought for sure I was going to get trampled to death. That sounds super cool, but scary. I mean, it's a little scary just because it's like, that's a lot of people moving towards us. But I wasn't in like harm's way. Like I wasn't going to get trampled to death, so. But at the last second, Ashley pulled me to safety. You gotta be more careful, Matt. Don't lose sight of me. She points to her eyes and then back to mine, our eyes now locked forever in a mystical eye-locking spell. Eventually, after several more attempts on my life through various death by copious amounts of people, we made our way to the Pac-Man theater. The theater was huge, capable of packing in several hundred people. Most of those seats were already taken too, and people were milling about in the auditorium aisles. My floor attendant senses detected this as a fire hazard, but... A huge stage had been set up in front of us where normally there'd be a table for speakers, like in a panel discussion forum. Since the theater was so large, they placed projector screens on either side of the stage, so whatever's happening can be seen by those sitting in the back row. It's safe to assume that this is one of the auditoriums save for the more popular panels, and now the cosplay parade? Hey, Ashley. What exactly is a cosplay parade? I'm so glad you asked, Matt. Perfect.
Let's see.
It's where all the cosplayers get together, line up, and show off their latest creations for the masses on the theater stage up front there. Now that I think about it, kind of self-explanatory, right? Sometimes they even give prizes to the best cosplayers, but this one's pretty chill. No prizes? Not even a shiny plastic cup to heft over your head? Maybe one day. Today we're here to appreciate each other's talents and have fun. Before I can interject again, Ashley runs over to a person dressed as a maid. It looks very uniform to Ashley's butler cosplay. Maybe they're from the same game? Oh my gosh, I absolutely adore your Mia from Melee Maidens. It's totally cute, and your sword, incredible. I think you're made from Craftform and Warbler. It only took about 30 hours to do. That's so professional looking, dang. And I can't get over how dapper your Angus is. The detail you put into the pocket watch are phenomenal. I actually found the watch at the thrift shop, and then just molded the extra embellishments on with clay. This is how cosplay works. I used to work with a girl that did cosplay. This went on for some time. I felt it would be rude to interrupt Ashley when she's obviously having so much fun being a part of her community. As I continued to chat about making costumes, I noticed that more and more cosplayers were filling into the theater. For once in my life, I actually felt uncomfortable wearing my usual comfy as heck hoodie. I felt underdressed compared to all the Melee Maidens cosplayers. Seriously, was this a costume ball or a black tie gala? Not even mentioning the congregations of feathers, capes, prop weapons, wings, and someone in a giant Moopy costume made out of square foam pixels. Percy would have been delighted to see that. Take a picture for him! For all the visual chaos, the vibe remained pretty chill and friendly. Just folks sharing a common joy dressed up as someone else. Eventually, Ashley parted from her conversation to check on me. Sorry, Matt, sometimes I get so swept up in it all. I get it. Back in the Funplex, you mentioned that these are... you only see some of your friends here at the cosplay events. Oh, yeah. Cosplayers travel all over. More than other gaming communities, I bet. Do you know everyone here? Oh, no. I mean, I know a good amount of people here, but everyone? Nah. Sure seems like you do. I've seen at least 30 people come up and compliment your butler. Hey, nice Angus. Love the tailcoat. Cosplayer with a sweet hat. Thankies. There, see what I mean? You're mega popular. Think we can spin that in some kind of cosplay event at Funplex Forever? Hey, great idea. We can have a real cosplay contest. And I'm gonna win. What's this? Competitive Ashley? You've been taking notes from Queen Bee, haven't you? What? Don't tell me you saw us practicing in the bathroom the other day. I didn't. But now I can't get that image out of my mind. We ladies gotta stick together. Ladies helping ladies. Our struggles are interrupted by one of the Max attendants. Judge Rando. My favorite Judge Dredd character. If you participate in the cosplay parade, I need you to gather in the backstage green room. I repeat, all cosplayers proceed to the green room. Like a slow herd of brightly colored sheep, Ashley and I moved to the next room to join the rest of the cosplayers. You don't need to be there. When we got to the front of the line, the attendant stopped me dead in my tracks. Cosplayers only, no handlers, unless you're visibly holding up something. Handlers? Good. Why are you asking? It's very clear what he means. Oh. Hey, Matt. Ashley tilts her head as if to signal me to step aside. Excuse us, we'll be right back. If you want to be part of the parade, you have to be back here in the next 20 minutes. Yo, Sparkle, welcome back. I step out of line and stand next to Ashley, who's digging through her bag. I was hoping it wasn't going to come to this, but I feel like this is our only option. Ashley pulls out a surprisingly fancy and elegant maid outfit. I'm sorry. Ashley. And then hands it to me. Are we gonna find somebody else? Get the fuck in. I need you to wear this. Fuck yeah, let's do it. That is the cutest maid outfit I've ever seen. Look at all the frills. Fuck yeah, get some frills, dog. And I do have fondness for cute dresses and maids. Ashley, did you bring this specifically for me to wear? Yes. Sometimes handlers aren't allowed on the stage, and I needed to make sure you got on stage with me. So I brought an extra cosplay, just in case. That's awesome. I can't wait to try it on and see how I look. Wait. Did you say stage? Why are we going up there? Because we need to spread the word about Funplex Forever. What better way to do that than on stage in the biggest auditorium at the convention center of Max? Listen, if someone made a maid dress in my size, holy fuck, that's dedication to craft. What the fuck, that's good. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like Ashley, did you bring this specifically for me? Yes. All right, I gotta do it then. Let's roll. Oh. Okay, yeah, I'm in. Let's fucking do it. Let's find you someplace where you can change. And you're just like, fuck it. I already took my pants off in front of everybody. Let's... Made our way to the nearest bathrooms, and I changed into the maid outfit. There better be a picture. This better when we get a cool background. I struggled to figure out the clasps and what velcros to what, but Ashley took the time to help me get situated. Once we were done, we headed backstage, which I'd say resembled the Funplex break room, but hey, same purpose, same function. Here, the cosplayers wait in line for the big show to start, including a particular butter and a newly minted maid. How would they know your size though? Ah, you look so cute. I wish I looked half as cute as you do in this. But seriously, you're gonna have to do this more with me more often. You make a perfect Alice. Look at that asset reuse. I mean, listen. Alice, right. I forgot you know nothing of melee maidens. Alice is the head maid of the Neko Manor. Okay, am I a cat maid? So Angus, that's me, and Alice, that's you. Our siblings fighting alongside each other to prevent other maids and butlers from taking over their estate. They fight for Lady Nice.
Oh my!
Oh, and I almost forgot. Ashley pulls out... I called the hell out of that. Ashley pulls out more costume stuff from her pack. This time, it's a set of cat ears and a tail. Alice is a cat girl. What? But you don't have cat ears. I thought they were siblings. Shh, spoilers. You don't find out they're siblings until after you beat Angus's story arc. I'm a cat. I mean, what? When the game starts, Angus has amnesia. And after you win, Alice appears and tells you everything. Angus's power is unleashed and becomes his old cat boy self. It also unlocks an extra skin you can play with. But now we've gotten very far off track. Satisfied? Any more questions? Yes, many. I think that covers it. I guess not. Ashley fashions the cat tail to the back of the maid dress. It puts the headband on my head. With the costume finalized, take a long, hard look in the mirror. Here we go. And boom, there it is. Boom goes the dynamite. OMG Squee, I'm so cute. Oh good, Katie and Steph are here. Who? They're a couple of my good cosplay friends, and they're way more talented than me even. When are you gonna share this game with me? What, like the actual game, Brian? I can send it to you. And they just so happen to be MCs for the cosplay parade. Ashley waves over to them and they smile, waving back. I talked to them earlier. After the parade, they'll let us come up on stage and talk about Funplex forever. Whoa, really? Really? Man, I'm sure glad I wasn't a shithead about putting this on. Thank you so much, Ashley. That'll help a ton. Yeah, it helps to know people sometimes. We found a few other cosplayers who dressed up as other Melee Maidens characters, and we all formed up into a group. Even though we were together, Ash and I kept to ourselves, save for pleasantries. As we chatted away, the Max attendant came back to give us a final warning before we went on stage. You cat people, you get your shit together. That guy's really aggro. I don't know why he does this. Oh, I get you. Okay. Yeah. Like, okay, when are we gonna play this game? At this point, that's the next thing you do, right? Like if it's me, I get off stage and I'm like, we gotta play this game now, right? Like at least once. Like I'm not into fighting games, but I gotta try it. I gotta once, gotta play it because you can't not play it, right? At least for me, I gotta play it. I gotta play it once. Everyone listen up, you got 10 minutes before the parade. Make sure you're all ready to go. I think I'm experiencing performance anxiety. My heart rate's increased and I feel flushed. The pressure to look perfect is too much. Actually, do I look okay? Are my ears on straight? What about the tail? You look fine, trust me.
Amazing!
You're the best cat girl maid I've ever seen. Well, that's just the nicest thing everybody said. I bet you say that to all your cosplay friends. I don't. Honest. Well, I think that you're, we should call it crossplay. It's fantastic. How's the story mode? Put the difficulty, yeah, give me that story mode. Let me know what's going on. Listen, if that much happens in Angus's story mode, what about the other characters? Why did you choose to crossplay as Angus anyway? I would have expected you to be one of the other fancy maids. Matt, you're really stupid. Don't you remember fucking what she talked about in the donut shop? You fucking put your foot in your mouth again, Matt, I swear to God.
I crossplay because that's what makes me feel most comfortable. At first, I dressed as various boys because I adored those characters so much, you know? But the more I did it, the more I had fun with it. The more I began to feel like me. And then I wanted to do it more and more.
That's why it's good to listen to your friends.
I'm still trying to figure out exactly what that means in relation to who I am, and that's the confusing part.
Fucking dress like a boy. Whatever.
But I guess
Who gives a
that's
shit?
all part of the journey about finding out more about myself. I know it's hard to understand, but just know that I'm working on being happy with myself. And one day, I'll be able to put words into what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
But until then, I'll enjoy the ride.
Carrie's too busy flirting with Naomi. Ashley's story fell out the window. That's true. Listen, you know what? I will give him one pass. I'll give him one pass. He did have to take his pants off in front of everybody, and he did get sucked into a video game. So I'll give him a pass. I'll give him a pass. See, I hope I didn't pressure you into oversharing just now.
I wouldn't have shared it if I didn't feel comfortable with you. I mean this with all my heart. You are a cherished friend.
That's wonderful. Sucked into the horror government psyop game. Yeah, like that's a traumatic experience. And then he had no pants. Or more specifically, his pants exploded and caught on fire. So like, you know, it was an eventful day. Well, gosh, Ashley, I really appreciate the trust you put in me. I won't let you down. Cosplayers, the time is nigh. That's not really what you should say. Once again, the attendant started barking orders at us. We all shuffled into another line, like how we were told to do earlier, and slowly we all began filing out of the room. It's a thing in Destiny, Lemon, spin foil, and so it's the Destiny community's way of like putting on your tinfoil hat. It's when you come up with weird Destiny conspiracies. Because, oh gosh, let me tell you, there's a lot of Destiny conspiracies you can come up with. Excuse me. The closer we got to the stage doors, the more I feel the nerves creep in. We're next. Melee Maiden's group, go! Now! Ash looks over me, just beaming. This is her life, her everything. The Traveler's a big egg. I'm into that one. It's terrifying on like a lot of levels, but yeah, I'm into the Traveler's an egg. Take a deep breath, Matt. I close my eyes, taking in as much air as I can. I hold it for a long moment before exhaling. Open my eyes slowly and take a step into the Pac-Man Theater and onto the stage. I'm following Ashley, who's following the rest of the maid and butler crew. Once all of us are on stage, the MCs announce us as the Melee Maidens group. As I look out in front of us, I can see a completely packed theater. It's hard to make out specific faces due to the stage lights, but I can see the outline of hundreds of people. Oh wait, is that a thing? I never saw that before. That's awesome. A rush of adrenaline surges through my body, and I look over to Ashley. A proper butler, she takes each step with purpose and elegance. She isn't breaking character for anything. Not all the cheers in the audience, not all the people smiling and laughing around her. Have you folks looked into Detroit Become Human at all? I've been watching someone play and it looks really cool. There's a lot of really gross things in that game. David Cage is terrible. There's a very specific Detroit Become Human reference that I want to make, but it's not going to make sense to anybody but Brian, so. She's Angus and she's owning it. Is that the creator? It's the lead of the studio that created it, Quantum Dream. The announcers ask us to strike a pose on 3, 2, 1. What did... Oh. Fighting pose. Fighting pose. Yes, I can write a story about dealing with racism. David Cage, a white guy who's bad at writing. Yeah. I bring in my fists, raise some fisticuffs. Not that I've ever taken a martial arts class, but I've seen enough martial arts games to know some basic style. We finish holding our poses long enough for everyone in the audience to get a good amount of practice. There was no catgirl option. Once a sufficient amount of snaps have been snapped, an MC instructs us to stay on the stage, passing Ashley a microphone for the big Funplex Forever announcement.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. It means so much to us that you could join my sister Alice and I here at Neko Manor. As you know, we adore organizing exorbitant galas at Lady Nice's estate. However, Alice and I are planning a very extravagant event at a very extravagant location. A cat pose, show your butthole to the ground. haven't looked at it closely. It looked neat because you like games with the decision trees of consequences that lead down different paths. In that respect, Lemon, like it is a really cool game. It's one of those games. It's one of those games that's like, it's difficult to talk about because like the game itself is very attention grabbing. It's very good for Let's Players. Like I know like a ton of people have streamed it and done Let's Plays and stuff, and like not engaged with it with on a very critical level. But for people who follow gaming criticism like as a thing, like both Brian and I do, where like we follow game development and stuff like this. Like David Cage is a super bad writer. He's also like he views those games on a very shallow political level, like not really thinking through the optics of a game. Where like I don't want to get any spoilers because I don't want to like ruin your watching of it, but like that game could tell. It doesn't tell a racism story well. It doesn't tell an AI like sentience story well. It doesn't tell the story of the concept of humans creating a subclass, you know, like literally creating life to be subservient. Like, well, it doesn't tell any of these stories well. It tells all of these stories at such a shallow level that like it's like an action movie, right? It's an action movie where like it'll get you through and it'll be enjoyable and there'll be some cool set pieces and it's fine, but like there's a way that story could have been good, but it's not something right. David Cage does not have the skill for it. Also, Quantum Dream, if I remember correctly, came out near the release of the game, was under incredible crunch, which, you know, crunch is fucking terrible. I don't care who you are. And just and there was some other stuff that came out with David Cage around the release of the game, and like it is a very good you know, kind of like story-based game with decision trees, like all of that is like, and it's one of the few examples of that, right? That's kind of part of the problem. Now I can think of is Heavy Rain. I never played Heavy Rain. I honestly never played it. But it's annoying that like he's one of the few examples of those games in the AAA space that still exist. You know? I played Indigo Prophecy. Which would be really fun to play again, to be honest. Go on, Alice, tell them everything. Ashley hands the mic to me. Watching her never break character has inspired me to play along too. That's right, Angus. Next weekend, we'll be hosting a costume contest at Francine's Arcade Funplex at the Twin Pines Mall. Indigo Prophecy was hilarious. Oh, yeah. It's all parts of Funplex forever, along with a Fist of Discomfort tournament, a world record attempt on Moopy's Magical Mage, and the reveal of a rare and mysterious game. Oh my, first time the public will have seen it? You know it, brother. You know it, brother. Oh, I forgot what character, I'm sorry. This isn't the event to miss. It will be one of the most worthy events of the season. And remember, this is a private affair, so please only tell your closest friends. Heavy Rain was interesting. You ever played it? We've seen videos. Yeah, I've also never played it. I haven't seen like a full Let's Play or anything. The first time we played Heavy Rain, you got the best ending, and that made me flex super hard. Start fighting Ashley on top of the submarine. Brother! Another rush of cheers fill the theater as we walk off stage for a second time. The MCs give their closing words and dismiss the audience. As people start exiting the auditorium, I feel my phone vibrate in my hidden dress pocket. At first, it was just a couple vibrations, but before I could realize what was happening, my phone started seizing. Iris is like, oh god! What the? I pulled my phone from my pocket and saw that the Funplex's face wall had over 1,000 shiny new likes. No, really, what? The hell? The cosplay parade is a huge part of every Max and generates thousands of photos and articles online. Also, it was being live streamed. Ashley, you failed to mention that part. Well, you seem so nervous, I didn't want to make it worse. And that AccuPoll just now has generated a 700% increase on our traffic. I also gobbled up some paid keywords, so if anyone posts about cosplay at Max, they'll see an ad for Funplex forever. Pretty genius, right? It's like when you click on images of maid outfits while you're surfing the internet, and then see an ad for buying one right on your face wall. Oh, it looks like you finally got one. Busted. Iris, stop looking at my browser history.
That command or...
But that's deeply embedded within my programming. Fine, just keep it private, okay? Fucking talk about my browsing habits here in front of my friend Ashley. Quickly, I scanned my own face wall, and even people I knew who weren't arcaders were talking about a storm about it. I could also hear cosplayers discussing as we waited for the auditorium to clear out. I can't wait till next weekend. That Funplex Forever thing sounds like a blast. Send you a link to the... Ooh! Oh, yeah, I've never watched that. I'm going to watch that for sure. I've thought about going back through their stuff and seeing what I missed. Because, like, I'm definitely there's good stuff. Definitely there's good stuff that I haven't seen. I'm totally gonna go to that Funplex. Otaku Rando, also good Friends of the Table character. Do I want to wear my next cosplay there? Matt, we did it. I had lots of help from you too, Ashley. Don't count yourself out. We make a pretty great team. It's great to hear all the buzz from the cosplay community, and Iris really helped with the social media aspect. I can't believe it was this easy. I mean, tiring, but easy. It was great fun and all, but I'm completely exhausted. Me too. I need a break from all this. Some time to collect my thoughts and rest my eyes from all those flashing lights. I'm still seeing spots. Hear that Gavin and Naomi are running a pop-up arcade for the Funplex? A bunch of other local arcades are doing the same over in Hall B. Otaku Rando is the brother mercenary of the mercenary troop? Yeah, hell yeah. Taking a break from the looking at Instagram feeds. Might be worth stopping by there for a breather with some friends. And make sure they aren't slacking. Wink! That sounds like a solid plan. You want to come with me? Not quite yet. I need to do some touch-ups on my makeup. How about I meet you there later? Great, see you soon! Wait by the Ashes, I make my way towards the restroom to get changed back to my usual clothes for the time being. No! Go let Gavin and Naomi see you in this rad cosplay! And then it's off to Exhibit Hall B, on the lookout for Gavin's serious face, or Naomi's kind one. Let's see, Exhibit Hall B. It very much resembles Exhibit Hall A, where I started my day. Oh, yep. That's not surprising. There's a lot of that. Industry types, dealers, swag, crowds. There's definitely more actual arcade games here, as local places have set up pop-up arcades all over the place. It's hard to notice the smaller displays with the giant garish Deco's Palace display eating up the center, but I managed to crawl my way around the edges to find... Well now, pretty much everyone else in the crew, save for Francine. Yo, Sai, what's going on? How are you doing? It's good to see you. Tio and Ashley are still off hanging out with their respective communities. I've got some time. Maybe I can bend someone's ear. Meanwhile, let's see. What's everybody doing right now? Chilling. What about you? Just enjoying this game. Just enjoying this game. We just finished an impromptu session cosplaying as a maid, so, like, you know, it's pretty good. I'm gonna go talk to Queen Bee. Queen Bee looks worried and agitated. Queen Bee looks stressed out just loitering around not playing games. Hey, oh, hey kid, how's Max treating you? Decently, and you look kind of frazzled. Who, me?
Well,
I'm totally okay. Well, yeah, no, I'm in the losers bracket. Meaning, the big FOD tournament they're hosting here at Max. I advanced from pools, but I'm in the losers bracket. If I lose one more match, I'm out. Finished. Dead. A loser. I get it, I get it. Right now, I'm just sitting around waiting to be called up for my next match, trying not to worry, and failing miserably. It sucks. It seriously sucks. Listen, sometimes you gotta reuse assets. It's not that big a deal. Allow me to provide a service to our valued customer and distract you then. You wanna talk? Yeah, sure. Why the fuck not? We amble on around behind the Funplex display to a neat little corner wedged between two other industry booths. Good spot for a quietish chat. I can't remember if you watched Hamilton for the first time recently. Oh, that's cool. I have not seen it. I have not seen it. Matt, I understand that, but come on, at least get rid of the joysticks. Honestly, not that big a deal. You weren't a fan. I have heard that from some people.
Look, don't worry about me, okay? This sort of stress is healthy. A good competitor feeds off stress as nourishment, grows strong, powerful.
I think you can hear my fan, so I'll turn it off. Not a musical theater fan, but I respect it as an art. I have a lot of opinions about it, obviously, being a person that has a lot of opinions. I will say at the basic level, I am happy for how it changed the precision or the perception of Broadway. You know, I'm glad to see the way that they opened, you know, it opened up to new people, how new people got into Broadway musicals and stuff. So I think that's something. I think that's definitely something great.
I've been in the losers bracket before and gotten all the way to the finals. Tournaments are my thing.
Frankly, it's when you aren't worried that you make mistakes. You get cocky, overconfident, you screw up. You cocky? Never. You want to like it more if the male lead played by the writer creator is objectively a weak vocalist? A friend of mine that is a teacher, she's a music teacher and she focuses on singing. Like she does chorus at her school and she's in her church choir and all of that, said the same thing. So she said a very similar thing. So it's one of those things where it's like if I said it, like, who cares? But, you know, somebody who is a professional in it, ostensibly. Cocky as a defense mechanism is different from cocky out of apathy. You steel yourself with one, you let important things slip up with the other. You feel me, kid? Claim you can take on the world, and maybe you can. I think I get it. You fix yourself squarely in the mindset that you can destroy all comers, and it gives you the mojo you need to actually do it. It makes sense you'd want to be part of his work, but maybe as a minor character instead. Yeah, I kind of feel like that is definitely a bit of egotism. But as I said, I got a lot of thoughts and feelings about it, so nailed it. Oh, got that fucking OG-sama. We'll make a champion out of you, yeah, kid. God, how have I not hang out with Queen? I forgot she did the fucking OG-sama laugh. I did hang out with Queen Bee more. Well, a champion floor attendant. Event manager. I weaseled my way into promotion. Whatevs. What, and you're not stressed at all, huh? Well, that doesn't make it good? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, okay, I'll admit it. Things have been stressful with streaming lately. Fucking, I go from one mood to another. Oh, how so? Because with esports streaming, everything has to be perfect all the goddamn time. It's not like you, where if you miss a stray gum wrapper or the plexiglass isn't polished with shine, Gavin will let it slide. Clearly, you have not worked for Gavin. Okay, Francine will let it slide. Look, I'm not a metaphor person.
My point is, when you're a public figure, an esports competitor, a streamer, an internet sensation, you gotta hustle. 100% hustle.
I'm one of those things.
110% hustle. You only see folks like me and Teo from backstage. You aren't watching from the audience.
Oh, it's Teo.
Different situation entirely.
Oh, that makes sense. It's Mateo. So, Teo.
There's no room for error. If one thing is wrong, I'll get punished for it, one way or another. If not by the chat, which constantly seeks my blood and salty tears, then by my own team. They're always evaluating my performance. Things go badly enough, my viewer count goes down, and I could lose my sponsorship. Then everything.
Damn. Damn indeed. You see what I mean? Can't confirm. All I'm here for is your blood and salty tears. But you told me your ratings were at an all-time high. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Just last week, I remember Queen Bee mentioning that her stream's sub count was through the roof. I thought you were still a red-hot popular streamer. Why all the worry? You're doing great. You should be proud of what you accomplished. You have a long background in music, lessons for 20 years, taught for 7 years, and the ability to perform is the thing that has the biggest impact on my enjoyment of music. Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah, but no, you're right, Lemon. Like, hey, he's the person that wrote it, and like, I guess that gives him the right to put himself in it, but also he should probably like realize that he shouldn't be. So it's true, I am awesome. That doesn't take away from the fact that it's stressful to keep that up all the time. You can't slack and stay awesome at the same time. She sighs. That all makes sense, but you have to take time for yourself and relax. Easier said than done. I know streamers who take a week off, go on vacation or something, and their subs drop off the face of the earth. But I also know burnout's a serious thing. I do need to take breaks. And if I'm gonna relax, you should follow the same advice, kid. Huh? You're running all over the place, all over this place, pushing your event. I was just in a cosplay contest. I'm fine. I get this is a big deal for you. In the same way, training's a big deal for me. Sure be bad, whatever, but then put yourself next to so many amazing performers. Makes it even so painfully obvious. Yeah. Take some me time alongside the you time, you know? I mean, you, me, and you. Me, you. I mean, fuck. You know what I mean. Maybe you'll like it with a different cast. They did have, like, they had a new cast, right? Like, they did a new cast. The two of us go our separate ways. Her to rejoin the tournament, me to catch up with Teo and Ashley again, back at the mini Funplex. Fun size plex. My current status, sitting and enjoying it. It took a few minutes of searching and stalking, but eventually I found an open seat in the pop-up arcade. While the sit is satisfying, the rest of everything else is miserable. My feet are sore from walking all over. I don't remember the last time I ate. I feel dehydrated and have a slight headache from all the noise. Oh, the memories of working cons. And there's still 4 more hours of max left. It's been on Broadway, the different cast, being able to have access to Disney recording. Yeah, fair. Oh, hey. Thank you, Blitz. Let me get some of this water here. Oh, if Gavin saw me in my current state. Gavin appears. Leaning back, arms at my side, completely exhausted. I can picture it clearly. He'd be looming over me with his dark, unfettered eyes. He'd lean in close and frown. Grumbling, he'd say, "Matt, may I remind you, those seats are for patrons only." I audibly sighed just thinking about it. As luck would have it, though, Gavin and Naomi are huddled over the Galaga cabinet, trying to figure out why the monitor's not working. Freedom. My buds are experiencing the best freedom has to offer. While my body feels like it could collapse at any point, I feel good about it. Right? Getting the word about Funplex Forever was great. Seeing people's face light up with excitement is why I'm really here. Plus, spending time with Ashley was an added bonus. She certainly got passion to spare. I smiled to myself. The pain in my heels and the grumbling in my tummy, worth it. While enjoying the respite, I tried to say both ways to say that at the same time. I let my eyes close for a moment, and of course, the second I do that, I hear footfalls closing in. There you are, Matt. We've been looking all over for you. But we were specifically going to meet back up here at the Funplex pop-up arcade. Yeah, but we didn't expect you to be tucked in the darkest corner of the arcade. I'm hiding from Gavin. He'll put me to work if he sees me. Hiding behind the pinball machines is probably not the smartest choice then. You know how much he loves pinball. Every spare moment he thinks no one's watching him is spent getting that high score. I have so many candid pictures of him on my phone of him playing pinball. You have to show me, like, right now. Yeah, his concentration face is so cute. Before I can even react, Ashley has her phone out and is scrolling through pictures of Gavin. Both look up at me guiltily. Don't we have more important matters? Max is over in a few hours and we still have a lot of work left to do. You're right. Please don't tell Gavin. Your secret's safe with me. Right, so business time. I think I got something. Go on. I have a friend. She's an indie arcade developer. The new title she's working on is amazing. It's got co-op, it's got competition, it's got magical schoolgirls. Now you're talking. It's got it all. Wait, I'm pretty sure I've heard of this game. Is it called Magical Moon Cuties? Yeah, that's the one. And she's thinking about premiering it in Funplex Forever.
Oh my gosh.
Fucking hell yeah. That'd be cooler than cool. Sounds interesting enough. Might make for another fun game for people to play. Definitely. My friend is somewhat renowned in the indie scene, and the game's been in development for years. I'm pretty sure it'll create some buzz at least. You kidding, Teo? We'll be the talk of the arcade world. I do like being the talk of world-sized things. Let's go check it out. Standing up, invigorated by the news, as I start walking back toward the hall with Teo, I hear a call from behind me. Wait! I turn around to see Ashley standing there fidgeting. Her green eyes are darting back and forth numbly. Ashley? I too have a plan. She motions for us to come back towards her. Which we do.
Huh?
What's your plan, Ashley? Hoorah. She puts an arm around Teo and the other one around me, huddling the three of us together. So what am I proposing might not be the most legal course of action. Do I even want to know? You've seen the huge monitors hanging from the ceiling in the middle of the major halls, right? How could I miss them? They're designed to not be missed. They're constantly bombarded us with ads and false hope of high-quality convention food. No matter how amazing tempting that $9 hot dog looks on the screen, do not even think about it. Ugh, the $9 hot dog. Exactly my point. Everyone is looking at it. I know a way to sneak into the back area. All we have to do is break into the main communication center and upload the flyer Matt made in the rotation.
Whoa!
You want to do what? Shh, keep your voice down, Teo. Unless you want to get arrested for being an accomplice. It's a genius plan. Everyone at the Max will see our name in lights. Okay, so yeah, that's a less than legal way of getting the word out, but I have to admit, you got me intrigued. And it definitely worked, but I don't know. Trust me. Of course, we need to go in disguise. I'm already nicely disguised, but Matt would need to switch into something way more distracting. Why more distracting exactly? To distract from your face, of course. What I'm trying to say is people remember the costume, not the person wearing it. Which means... Maid Matt rides again. Oh man, that's gonna get clipped. I knew it. Come on, you did so great on stage. Think of this as your encore. How about it? Let's not forget about Magical Moon Cuties. It's a valid alternative. Both options are valid, honestly. Splashing advertising would certainly drive foot traffic, even if getting it up there would be dodgy. Importantly, Iris could help us do it safely without anyone noticing, safer than Ashley going off on our own to try this inadvisable stunt. But a highly anticipated indie title might do the trick and result in far less jail time. Listen, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Ashley, you got this. You don't need any help from me. Honestly, I don't feel like getting carted off to jail today. It's not on my scheduled agenda. Plus, I'm pretty sure Ashley can handle breaking and entering all by herself. See, I didn't think I was going to leave her to her fate. Fucking, that's a bad plan. I think if I'd realized that, I would have gone with her, but oh well. And yes, I do realize how wrong that sounds, even in my own head. I bet you've seen plenty of heist anime. So much that you could sneak into the Natural History Museum and steal the world's biggest Fabergé egg in the middle of the day. I got like 12 bobby pins holding this wig on. I won't let you down. I know you won't. And please try to be careful. Ashley smiles wildly before prancing off into the crowd of arcade folk. You can stop worrying, Matt. Ashley knows exactly what she's doing. That's why I'm worried. Fair enough. So, shall we go see a lady about an indie game? We shall. As we left the pop-up and traveled deep into the halls of Max, people kept stopping us to say hi to Teo. Happily be on our merry little way and then get interrupted by a random person. Oh man, it's Teo. How you doing? Great, but hey, we're on our way to meet with someone. Let's catch up later. Cool, laters. This happened every couple minutes. Walking through the convention hall was like walking through a field of landmines, where instead of explosions, it was uncomfortable introductions to people I would probably never see again. Eventually, Teo leads me back to a section of arcade games hidden behind all the major companies' booths, near where he held his dance flash mob. What they set up here is mostly reminiscent of the rest of Max. Arcade cabinets are closely lined up side by side, making several aisles for gamers to aimlessly wander down. I would have expected to be more used to pushing my way through throngs of crowds by now, but nope. Teo and I forced our way through huddled masses of chittering conversations. As I looked around at all the different arcade games that surround us, I noticed something's off. There are exactly 0 titles I actually recognize. No Dig Dug, Gauntlet, nor Street Fighter. Not even a hint of a pinball game. I'm starting to get concerned. Teo, where in Max are we? This is the Indie Mega Arcade. Well, originally, they called it the Indie Mega Arcade Expo, then IMAX sued them. The what? That didn't explain anything to me. What are all these weird games? I understand nothing. Yeah, that's it. If you hush those alluring lips of yours for a second, I'd be more than happy to explain. Okay, I'm hushing now. Totally and completely hushed. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. The Indie Mega Arcade is a huge area of Max that showcases all the new up-and-coming indie arcade games. Indie developers get a chance to show off their stuff, get useful feedback, and maybe get a few people interested in their game along the way. That's the dream of the indie dev, to make a game that people enjoy playing. I really don't know much about the indie arcade scene, admittedly. Work at the Funplex offers me a crash course in arcade culture. Every day I'm learning about completely new aspects. It does make perfect sense to have an indie game scene. I just never realized it existed. Pretty amazing, actually. Community of people who share ideas and a passion. Can't afford mass production runs of games, but they got a lot of heart, you know? They can't crack out a box for every arcade on Earth, but indie developers are free to make whatever type of game they want. No pressure from a big-name company, either. Complete and utter creative freedom. Really, anyone can make a game if you put your mind to it. That's true. In fact, I bet even you, Matt, could make an arcade game. What say you? I've always been the idea guy. Ever since I was a kid, I've been dreaming up game ideas. Like the zombie-themed fighter or a train-driving racer. I got tons of them just waiting to be turned into a fully fledged game. I used to draw out intricate arcade game levels on paper, too. Being surrounded by hardworking individuals at the Funplex only enriched that fantasy. I mean, I can't code or draw, but I always dream up new ideas. Teo, you don't even know. I've got so many ideas swimming in my head for a game. Oh, yeah? What would you make first? I would make roguelike procedurally generated open world twin stick platformer with loot boxes. Hell yeah, that's my favorite game. There's one genre game that's easy to replicate. It's a puzzle game. Give it a good theme and people will be drawn to the aesthetics and mental challenge. I bet a simple match 3 game would be fairly easy to make. I'd want an appealing design, maybe something really adorable to catch the eye. Something maybe like bedazzling jewels or crushing candy or something. People would sink hundreds of tokens in to continue playing. Exactly. Highly addictive, highly profitable, but also highly fun. Fun's the ultimate point of a game, right? I like it.
Alright.
Well, if you ever get super bored of being an arcade event manager, I can hook you up with all the proper people to launch your second career. What do you mean? Oh, I have some friends who make arcade games for a living. Some friends? As soon as I said it, I became overtly aware of the situation. Since we stepped foot into the indie mega arcade, people have been waving and nodding to Teo, not to mention all those people stopping us on the way to get here. I'd say more than some friends. You're a popular guy.
What? Come on, that's silly.
I took a drink just in time for his voice line. Hell yeah. He waves his hand, waving off the very notion that I know to be true. Everyone knows who he is, and I had no idea. Teo's always been such a crowd pleaser at Showtime stage, but I guess his popularity spread to all facets of his life. Dance champion and arcade scene champion, huh?
I try to keep my friends' circles pretty separate. Sometimes it's not always perfect, and they tend to overlap. You know, like a Max. But hey, it's got upsides. All my friends are here. The biggest downside of Max is just so hard to see everyone. I never get to spend enough time with them, you know? I got friends here in the Indie Mega Arcade. I got my Funplex crew. I got the dancing community. I just can't see them all. And when I can't see them, I feel like I let them down. I hate having to choose between them.
Ugh. I feel that. All the different friends trying to decide between which friends you get to hang out with because there's so many of them. It's really a day-to-day struggle.
Once again, I've failed my friends. You know, it's a surprise anyone still talks to me anymore.
Teo sighs heavily, his mood shifted from excitement to utter solace. The cool, collected Teo is showing a side I haven't seen yet. I guess he's able to experience emotion other than joy. Confirmed, Teo is not a joy robot. This isn't right. Sad Teo is worse Teo. As his friend, I must fix this. You can't please everyone, Teo. Teo puts too much pressure on himself. With the amount of people he knows, it's physically impossible to see everyone. There's literally no way you can meet and hang out with every single person you know. If you've given 15 minutes time to the amount of people I've seen you say hello to, it'd take you an entire day to get through them. You exaggerate. Teo, if there's one thing you can be sure of, it's that Matt doesn't exaggerate. I only observe and state the objective facts. All these characters have so much charm and personality to it. I love. Oh yeah. Usually. It's tough only seeing the people you care about every once in a while, but you're doing a great job. I've seen so many of your friends stop and say hello to you, plus they completely understand when you told them you were busy. Not one left without a smile on their face. They really care about you. You know what, Matt? You're right. The more I hang out with Teo, the more I learn about him. It's always something new and something unexpected. Even an hour of isolation with nothing to do. What is happening? Oh my god, Faye, what is happening? I'm so sorry. Gosh. How did you get involved in the indie arcade scene anyway? Through Michelle, the indie developer I want you to meet. I met her a few years ago at a previous Max. I was hanging out with my crew near the dancing games and she stopped by to play around. You can, I mean, I'm sure there's an explanation, but it still sounds really shitty. Since she was new to the scene, I struck up a conversation with her, much like when I met you. Ah, so there was plenty of flirting then. I can't help myself when I'm surrounded by such beautiful, wonderful people. Michelle makes great indie games. She's only one of the coolest and most prolific arcade developers in the industry today. She's worked on several big-name indie games, and when she's not working, she's speaking all over the world about arcade development. Calling me impressed, sounds like Michelle's the sort of influential person that could really help with Funplex forever. She really is. I'm what now, Mateo Alvarez? Oh, Michelle, only the worst person I've ever met. As to be expected from somebody of your caliber. Ah, touche. I was just looking for you, by the way. Well, I'm glad I found you then. What's on your mind? I want to introduce you to Matt. Nice to meet you. The pleasure's mine. It took me a second, but Michelle looks totally like... uh-oh. You aren't perchance also a federal agent? This is it. I'm doomed. It was a setup. I'm about to be I still don't... renditioned? I don't know what that word is. To a CIA black site. Has anyone had Taco Bell lately? I haven't had Taco Bell in a very long time. Brian has Taco Bell fairly regularly. Who, me? No way. Although my sister, well. I can neither confirm nor deny what she does for a living. I see. Okay, that makes sense. Gotcha. I'm going to shut up about a focus on arcade stuffs. My library systems decided to set up stations for us to sit at while we're open to the public. So it's front desk, workroom. Behind the front desk meant to be backup. Lobby, meant to count people coming in and out to make sure we don't go over a designated amount of people for the building at once. And then our meeting room, which is where we're supposed to be entering the phone. Okay. I think what Matt is trying to say is you seem to have a very confident and authoritative expression, that's all. Yep, that's exactly what I meant. Got it on the nose. Thanks, Teo. Is this your AMA? Yeah. I've had Taco Bell fairly recently, AMA. Sure, okay, let's go with that. Anyway, I spoke with Teo earlier in the day, and he told me you have a business proposition. Consider me all ears. Allow me to elaborate. Matt here was recently appointed as the events manager for the Funplex. Not today, though. I went and got a smoothie, and the ladies running the smoothie place made me a special rare secret menu smoothie. Ooh, that sounds fun. Congrats. That's a cute little mom and pop place where Teo gets his groove on, right? I would categorize it as more as like a grandma and grandpa kind of arcade. It's not the fanciest one out there, but it's got heart. Like an arcade with a good heart. Reminds me of my youth. The good old days when you could walk into your home away from home, quarter up, and enjoy the company. Apple cobbler smooth. God damn, that sounds good. If I'm not in any of those stations, my new office is the boardroom, where I sit by myself to do work like check email and work on my virtual programs. Which, yeah, I have a lot of time to do my next one. So, yeah, that's what's going on. We're only at the stations an hour at a time to help break it up and such. Woof. That sounds really rough, Faye. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. That's really annoying. Oh. My shoulders are getting all tight. I'm sorry. Should sit properly. Matt's putting on a special event at the Funplex called Funplex Forever. It's a celebration of the arcade scene, if you will. Oh, I will. We're gonna have high score competitions, esports stuff, mystery games reveals, the works. We're gonna go all out on it. And Teo, I take it you're doing a dance event as well? He is, but it'd be great if we could add one more thing to the list. Maybe the premiere of a new indie game. Legasp. Could you possibly be my game, Magical Moon Cuties? If you'll allow us the honors. Get a lot of food for cheap if you do it right. The apps make it really customizable, so if you're with someone who has particular dietary needs or vegetarian, vegan, you can swap stuff easily. It's not the best food, but solid for the price. You had the grilled cheese burger recently. It was neat. Taco Bell has struck me as like solid B to B minus fast food, where it's like, if you know what you're getting in for, if you know what's happening, then you're good, you know? And you said the map. Taco Bell confirms they're getting rid of potatoes. Fuck you. And also 7-layer burrito. Fuck Taco Bell. I take it back. Fuck Taco Bell. Never have Taco Bell again. Friendship with Taco Bell is over. Have I given you the elevator pitch yet? All I know is there's magical squiggles, and I'm intrigued. It's a competitive cooperative puzzle game where people will have to work together to match all of the magical orbs where their opponent can. Think 3-player magical drop, but with combo attacks. Everyone plays as a different adorable magical schoolgirl, hence the cuties part. That sounds better than the last time I heard it. Right? I'm pretty excited to share Magical Moon Cuties to the world. That's what happens when Hot Take has the best. Taco Bell has the best breakfast menu. Leave the sponsorship email Taco Bell. Right. Hey everybody, Matt Calder, proud to announce my new sponsorship with Taco No One. With Taco Sun, my local taco place, which is where I will be eating instead of Taco Bell because they have potatoes. I've also been doing some very selective demos for media outlets today, but so far the general public hasn't been allowed to play it. I'm looking for the perfect place and time to release it. Big publicity might mean would mean I might land a manufacturing contract or a publisher, so I can do a wide release. Funplex Forever might be a good choice for that, but I'm gonna need a little more convincing. I feel like potatoes is a very specific thing to get upset about. Yeah. The loaded potatoes from Taco Bell were a very specific experience. Don't talk to me and my kids ever again. What else have you got? Okay, Matt, don't blow this. It's all about the heart of the arcade. Michelle mentioned earlier she likes an arcade that has heart and soul. I should appeal to that. Used to get all set of menu options, swapped in with potatoes and out with protein. Maybe didn't want a bunch of meat as a good swap. Right. Yeah. Like it's a good, non-meat option. You aren't gonna find an arcade that has more spirit than the Funplex. Everyone who frequents there, employees and patrons alike, want nothing more for this event to succeed. This is our chance to show the world our dreams. Yeah, instead of beans, which is great. We've been pouring all of our combined energy into making Funplex Forever victorious. Teo, myself, and all the staffers, all the gamers. Excuse me. With Magical Moon Cooties on our side, we can just bring even more heart to this affair. It's the perfect fit for a kind of friendly atmosphere we want, bringing people together. Boy, you got me right in the feels. Plus, I really want to play Magical Moon Cooties too. Ha, fair enough. I was just sassing you anyway. Don't get me wrong, it's not the best, but if you want 2/3 of your daily calories for $10, you can get it. Yeah, which there's a value to. Especially these days. After I discussed it with Teo, I already know I was going to show Magical Moon Cuties at the Funplex. Love and enthusiasm, though. Really? Really? I mean, it's either the Funplex or Deco's Palace. Well, Deco is the heavyweight champion of the arcade world. It's not a good fit for my dreams. Great. So it's settled? Hi.
I don't want to scare you, I just blasted.
Thank you, I'm sorry. I think so. I know so. Magical Moon Cuties will have its first playable showing to the public at Funplex Forever. I'll haul my prototype cabinet over to your arcade the day before so you can get it set up. I'd appreciate you keeping it hidden until the event, though. Already bought a mystery concealing tarp for our rare game release. Heck, what's one more mystery concealing tarp between friends? Tarps are expensive. Tarps are expensive. Tarps are so expensive. Tarps, they only get more expensive. Time passes, they get more expensive. It's tarp inflation. Thanks for the support. I really appreciate it. Oh, I really should be thanking you. Sorry to cut off this combo, but Michelle, your next interview's here. It's Mark from Hexagon. Wait a minute. Mark, Hexagon, got it. Oh, it's so hard to keep track of all these different media outlets. Matt, it's been great. My people will call your people or whatever they do these days. Super Hex. I think it was a Brian. I think it was a Polygon reference. But yeah, probably, but also Chipsel. That fair. Listen, the more Chipsel, the better. I don't mind. Expect your social media to explode later today. Ta-ta. And in a flash, Michelle wandered back into a crowd of people, her friend leading her to her next interview. Ooh. Hang on one second. Was that my first email at my new email address? Yes, looks like it was. Hang on one second, y'all. Let me log into my... you know what I should do very quickly? Taco Bell's coming with the bean bucks. No, I want to... Yeah, I want to change my email. It's the fun thing about having so many email addresses is like... Okay, fine. It's not that big a deal. Password manager? No, I was logging into getting a requesting a game key. I was requesting to get a game key. Okay. Oh, well, alright. Imagine the adorable smiling faces of anime magical schoolgirls. I could practically hear them cheering me on. Well, that's weird. I don't like that. But yeah, I do have a password manager. If you don't have a password manager, whoever is listening here in chat or later on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, first of all, thank you for getting this far, but also you should have a password manager. I use LastPass. I suggest LastPass. I knew everything would be okay. This is my life? Huh? Oh, nothing. Just amusing myself. Yeah, I like LastPass. I've used it for a while. I finally got Aaron to use it. You need a password manager? You absolutely do. That's the one you use and it's great. Here, hang on. Let me see something very quickly. Let me log into LastPass. Password Manager is my favorite of the Manager series. The changes to Password Manager 2K20 really... I will say, I subscribed to a Twitter account that posts like all of the new games that come to Switch. And apparently, a game today came to Switch, which was Premier Manager 2004 to 2005. And I was like, okay. You need to follow this account. I don't remember what it was called. I don't remember what it was called, sadly. I think it's called like 6-second Steam or something. Something like that. Oh, okay. Never mind then. You'll be ready this time. I think I have a remote pass if we can get enough people. Watching slow motion power washing video clips, it's so satisfying. That's so weird, Lemon. No worries, I do that all the time. Mostly when I'm alone, though.
Love it.
But overall, that went really well. I'm glad Michelle was really excited to bring her game to the Funplex. Me too. Honestly, I feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulder. With Ashley helping me with the hype of the cosplay contest, I feel like Funplex Forever is going to be amazing. That's the spirit. I never doubted you for a second. I was about to reply with a totally winning retort about doubting in time. However, we were interrupted by the sounds of a bell chime. The hall will be closing in 30 minutes. It's over already? I was just getting started. I've barely seen anything yet. I could do this for at least another 4 hours. I'm frightened and confused as to why you have so much energy left, Teo. I amaze myself sometimes. As for me, I was exhausted, allowing yawns to escape my mouth. Mom officially pooped and ready to go home. I still wanted to squeeze in a couple more games before the hall closes. They're gonna have to drag you out of the hall once it closes, aren't they? Kicking and screaming. Thanks for your help with Funplex Forever today. That's what friends are for. And I'm glad to have you as a friend. Ditto. See you back at the arcade, Matt. With a pleasantly exchanged, I left Teo to finish the dying seconds of Max in the arcade mega arcade. All in all, a successful day. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Ashley did it.
Beep, beep.
You have a new text message. Operation Hot Dog Takedown, mission complete. Asset extracted and heading home for a leisurely bath and some anime. Huh? She hacked the video signs and snuck away. Look at the screens. Our flyers are in there now. I didn't know Ashley was a hacker. Maybe we should swap tips. I'd like the Funplex to commit fewer felonies rather than more, Iris. Ah, okay. Right, time to head home. I promised I would meet Juniper just outside the main exit of the hall, and that's exactly where I was headed. The rush of fresh air hit me as I pushed the double glass doors open. It was nice, refreshing, and had a much better smell than the one I'd been around all day. I didn't have to wait long until I saw Juniper. She bounced happily up next to me. So, how was your first Max, Matt? It was exhausting. My brain and body cannot function after a day. I am drained from all facets of my being, physically, emotionally, mentally. Oh, I'm so tired. As to be expected with a convention. Hey, sweetie. Do you want to get in this Curum raid that Brian is going to send out invites for?
Probably not.
Okay, that's fine. I just figured I'd ask.
Yeah.
I'm making sure. That's fine. Although in your case, you really outdid yourself and got smacked with 300% of what anyone else would have, yeah. How do you figure? Well, most people drop by Max, play some games, maybe attend a panel or two, do some shopping. They're here to be catered to. Faye, thank you for the 10. Thank you for the 10. Someone made a power washing simulator game. Oh, that's not surprising. But yeah, enjoy the badge. Enjoy the badge. Thank you so much. You, on the other hand, were doing the catering. And like any good caterer, that means spinning plates and doing 12 different things at once. You found interesting ways to push Funplex Forever and promote the Funplex as a whole. You worked your butt off to do it. Rather than attending Max, you were Max. Now you have a fancy by your name. Sure feels that way. I'm totally drained. Kind of envy you, know? Sounds like you had some great adventures today. Other than designing that flyer, I didn't do much beyond playing a few games and buying cute t-shirts and stuff. But let me tell you, they are super cute t-shirts. I'm glad I support you, though, even if it's just, you know, by doodling up a flyer. Juniper, yeah, you did a great job. Hey, don't sell yourself short. The comic looks super professional. I mean, no Fun Comic Sans, but still pretty cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. I really enjoyed doing stuff like that. I don't exactly get a lot of opportunities at the office to express myself. Okay, let's go home and get some real rest. We both earned it. In fact, I'd say we took it. Juniper, don't. To the max. Juniper, no. After that moment, the rest of the evening was a blur. I knew that Jennifer and I took the train back home, heated up some pizza bagels, and I definitely made it into my comfy bed. Speaking of raids, I was at lunch, got invited to a raid. You had to join out on your phone, and you had 10 seconds left until the raid started when you finally got Pogo open. Yeah, the notification seems like a bad way to do it. Honestly. Because you invite once you get into the raid, and then it takes how long to send it, and then it takes how long to receive it, and then it takes how long for you to open the phone. That's the biggest problem. All of the creators I follow on Twitter and stuff are saying they super want that to change. So. At the beginning of this day, I thought no one was going to know about Funplex forever. They would be stuck as a relatively unknown mom and pop arcade. But now it seems like the whole world knows. Which is great, but also pretty nerve-wracking. I sighed heavily, letting all my mixed emotions flow over me. There was no turning back now. What I set in motion will stay in motion. It can only get bigger and better from here. This is what I'm going to keep telling myself as I drift off to sleep. I'm proud of what I accomplished today, and I can't wait to tell everyone at the Funplex about all I've done. I hope they're proud of me too. And before I know it, Funplex Forever will be upon us. You've cleared level 3! Looks like you're really hitting it off with Naomi. And I'm still a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. Also, I've scored points. Go for the high score. Actually, I don't know what the high score is, but hey, go for it anyway. Look at that. Yeah, that Ashley bar is way higher. The Teo bar is way higher. Got that Queen Bee bar up. All good. Look at that Gavin bar, I think went up a little bit. Like, it's all good over here. Do you want to save your game? I do. You can't see the Naomi bar. Oh, the Naomi bar was maxed. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm covering the bars. The Naomi bar was maxed. That was my highest bar.